I just came out here and looked at the sky this morning. It's like, wow, that's fairly ominous. I don't know if the camera's able to do it justice. The lens is fogging up, but yeah, that's what the sky looked like this morning. It's not actually foggy. It's just that the lens is fogging up. Yeah, I have to actually wipe that off because the trees look like they're disappearing, but they're not really disappearing. It's just my apartment is a bit on the cool side and it's a bit on the humid side out here, so you put two and two together, and that's what you get. Anyhow. Greetings and welcome back to the Next 6 Minutes channel. I am the Next 6 Minutes. It's been actually quite a while since I last made a Campfire 6 video, and there's a pretty good reason for it. My father passed away on 29th of September, and I really haven't been in much of a mood to record any of the videos that I had planned to record. So I do thank you for your patience. I will share one story from my journey out of town for his memorial service, and that is the experience that I had coming back from said memorial service. I flew out there, so I got to the airport after the first flight, because it was a two-flight deal. So one flight that started from the point of origin and going to another place where I would have to spend a little time in the airport waiting for my next flight. That's just how these things work. Typically I don't like to do it that way. I generally don't like to do much in the way of layovers and so on and so forth. I don't like to do the whole connecting flights thing. I just kind of want to just fly into a place, stay for a bit of time, not too much time, and then as soon as the plane is refueled, take back on off. That's generally how I like to do it, but you know, this was not one of those times. It was very much a spur of the moment sort of thing, so I was forced to make alternative plans. Just putting it that way. Anyhow, so it was going into the final flight of my trip back. Well, so I did what I would normally do. I was walked to wherever the gate was that was printed on my boarding pass. Get there, and well, interestingly enough, it was all the information on the LCD board indicated that that flight was going to a completely different city. So I talked to one of the people at the desk, and they said, well, maybe it might be going on to a different gate. So okay, I then proceeded on my way to find where that new gate was. I actually walked past it several minutes before, so I walked on back that way and eventually found where my gate was to come back to San Antonio. So I got there and found a nice place to sit down. Got a little thirsty, so I got back up and went and got a bottle of Gatorade, came back, sat back down, well, so the time came, and I didn't hear anybody announce any sort of boarding preparation, which they normally do, which gave me some concern. So I checked my messages, and lo and behold, there was a delay. And about 2 minutes later, it was officially announced by the lady at the desk, there's going to be a delay. Thank you for your patience, so on and so forth. So the projected time was about 45 minutes. Why? Because there was something wrong with the plane that they were going to send to pick us up. There's some sort of maintenance issue. So what I didn't know at that time was that they were sending an alternate plane to pick us up, and that's why there's cause for a delay. So when it got there, I was like, okay, now so we get the ball rolling, so on and so forth. Been waiting here a little while longer than I would have expected, but you know, things are what they are, maintenance issues and so on and so forth. I'm glad they didn't send us the broken plane, so count that silver lining, get on our way. Well, that's what I thought. Then it was then it was announced there would be a further delay. But here's the interesting thing. Here's the reason why the second delay was necessary. It turns out I was initially informed that there was a wrong type of fuel in the plane, so that fuel had to be replaced, which was later corrected to. And I kid you not, there was too much fuel on the plane. Now, I can't say I know enough about aviation to not cringe upon hearing something like that. Perhaps there is a very good reason why the appropriate amount of jet fuel needs to be present in the plane's fuel tanks, as opposed to having more than it actually needs. Maybe there's a weight issue, maybe there's so on and so on and so forth. I just don't know. But that was the reason that was given. And that's the reason why I got in much later than I had previously expected to get in. I knew I was going to get in kind of late, but not almost 2 hours later than I thought I would. But that, again, that's air travel for you. And it sucks that was my experience, having to come home from such a solemn affair. And, you know, there's just so much about life that really isn't all that fair. And there's just so much about this and that we can't predict, and we certainly can't ask from life to just shake things out exactly as we need them to be, because the world still is what it is. A deeply flawed place that things just happen the way they do. Anyhow, I do want to thank you for joining me again at the campfire. It's been lovely having you here, and I hope that your week finds you well. It is October 31st, 2022. It is, in fact, Halloween night, and there seems to be some sort of rain system coming in. I was not expecting rain. No, I think it was just autofocus. Well, there's a flash of lightning right there. And I hear little droplets rain on the ground. It's certainly starting to pick up here. Interesting little late Halloween night rain going on here. So definitely got the lightning. So this is a nice little Halloween night. Rain here. How about that?